You guys see me now? I've been talking to myself. I didn't know that this was... I mean, YouTube just tricked me. I swear I pressed going live. But anyway, vote in the chat what you think the bias is. I swear, I was looking at chat. I was like, why is no one replying to me? Anyway, should be good now, I think. I guess I didn't press go live. You guys see me now? Buenos dias. Good morning, Filch. Good morning, Castro. Alright, cool. Anyway, like I said, my, the short bias for yesterday, look, we got inverted, like, that whole 4 hour that I had drawn out, so I'm like, alright. Never got my alert for shorts. It was funny, because what did I put my alert for thinking to short down here? Never got it. So at the end of the day, I checked the charts. I'm like, whoa, what happened here? 20 minutes before the close. Yeah, President Trump tweeted, like, he's gonna... he threatened to stop... he's threatened to ban Chinese cooking oil. Because they said that they were not... China said they were gonna stop using, like, American soybeans. So anyway, things can change on a dime. But also it seems like we can't have more than one day up at a time. I mean, one down day at a time. Right? I wonder how many people are still short from Friday and not doing much since then. Yeah, I gotta wait and see. So far we have a SMT previous daily high was never hit for NASDAQ. I'm pretty neutral today. Do you have any high impact news? No, of course not. Of course not. We have all these FOMC members speaking in the afternoon today. Tomorrow and Friday I'm not streaming because I'll be in Naples, Florida with the Ninja Trader cast and crew. But I'll vlog it. What is this? Is this previous daily high or what? No. What did I mark this out on NASDAQ? I think that was an accident. It's just a pre-market low. Vote in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to close the poll in a minute. As soon as it hits 500 votes, are you bullish, bearish, or neutral? I guess I forgot to hit the go live button. LOL. Or maybe just YouTube glitched for me earlier, but I started live earlier. Anyway. How about that cooking oil? Let's see. This pre-market low is 730 for NASDAQ. ES. Not really a low. It would be kind of epic to Reverse here, SMT at previous day high, and then a reversal, and then go for the London low. I would want to see a lot of like continuation after pre-market low though. Yeah, so far, yeah, I would want this to get inverted on the 15 for NASDAQ. And also I'd want this, I would want us to break this low. So I've got about 10 minutes until that 15-minute candle closes though. So far NASDAQ dropped in the first minute of the day, right? ES, sideways pretty much. Going back and forth sideways. Want to see what happens here. Pretty green today so far, starting out green, right? NASDAQ's up like 1%. Yeah, 0.85. ES is up 0.75%. Okay. All right. Let's close the poll. 53% bullish. 30% bearish. 17% neutral. Cool. Most of you guys are bullish. I think what I have to do, what focus on is just intra-week ranges, right? So like just the ranges since Monday. The Friday one is like the Friday range is just 3 weeks of data, 3 weeks of action that it took out in one day, right? So it's hard to have a point of reference there. So we got previous daily high for NASDAQ. ES is above its previous daily high, previous day high. NASDAQ still being weak here. Let's see if it takes out the pre-market low. Let's see if it makes that 15-minute inversion. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. There it goes. Quite a big drop there in 2 minutes there. 60-point drop. Kind of odd that ES hasn't dropped though. makes me kind of sus. I want to see if it completely fills this and then fails, and then I'll try the next leg. Yeah, because someone's been talking. Here you go. Bissent said there will be a series of meetings on China's restrictions this week. Bissent said if China wants to be an unreliable partner for the world, we will need to be decouple. Besant. The Treasury Secretary. Okay. So I'm gonna see if it rejects from here and then creates another low that I'd want to join for London low. The fact that ES didn't drop is very sus to me. They make a new low. That's why I'm not really immediately shorting this. Also because this FEG is not in a premium, right, of this leg. So I said if this like completely fill this FEG and now it fails, then I'll look to enter and then I can put a reliable stop here. Anything can change with just a tweet or one person saying something. Is that crazy? This world? Things can change on the drop of a dime. But we don't know yet. We have to see if this is confirmation. So far, you do have an SMT at previous daily high, right? I need ES to actually get weaker, though. Like, ES is still above previous daily high and it never even took out 930 low yet. Plus, we gotta see how this 15-minute closes here. Kind of wild. Hello, Tanya, you okay? I'm okay, why? Strange question. Was I able to sleep well after the 4K loss? Yeah. Don't worry about me. Like, the rest of the day is kind of annoying, right? And it's like, kind of beat yourself up a little bit, but I'm able to go to sleep well. We made it back on Monday, which is good. Oh, look, we're dropping again. I mean, I really want us, yeah, if we break this, looks like there's 1 minute left in this 9:45 candle. I mean, yeah, in this 15-minute candle, right? So if we drop below this, I'll be inverted here. Yeah, we're dropping like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. CES actually break some lows. That would be good. Dissent says Trump is still expecting to meet with the president of China in Korea. Bro, why is ES not breaking down? It's kind of weird to me. We closed below on the 15 there. ES still We wicked this. Yeah, still. I want to see how this goes here. How's this candle going to close? Oh my gosh, we're just going back and forth so much because this Treasury Secretary is talking so much. Ugh. Wow. Wild, and the market's crazy. Someone said, why is she not in the shorts with us? LOL. Because ES doesn't want to break down. I said I wanted to see them take it out some lows, dude. And we did take out this low here on NASDAQ, but like this is not the best FEG to be seen, so. So now this is an inversion here on the 15 for NASDAQ, right? But ES is not looking like this at all. So we're tapping the inversion on the 15 right now. I mean, let's see if we can make some, maybe this is the SMT. I don't know. Be ready to, Jesus, that drop is crazy. Oh my God. Tariffs are a surcharge, not a tax, says the Treasury Secretary. Whatever that means, bro. No, buckle your seatbelt. It's gonna be a wild day. He is finally breaking some low. There we go. Finally breaking a low there. You have a bearish breaker. Here you have order block, and you have some 30-second inversions in a 30-second inversion in a premium. I'm gonna put my limit fill there. I will try to short that if it gets in there. It's only like 10 points away. See if it happens. Okay, I'm in. Just drop to London low, ideally. 868. Don't love that I'm already in drawdown. Would have liked it to be a wick. Whatever. This market's a little wackadoodle. But my stop's at that high. Be nice to drop from here. I mean, this is like the last area. Of course, we're just going back and forth like this. We're back in this 15-minute now inversion again. Let's stop above that, yeah. It's like a point below it, actually, but it's fine. I don't think it should completely do that again. This is crazy. I'm like 2 points before my stop. Oh, all right. Can this guy say something bearish? Yes, I'm in NASDAQ. If I get stopped out of this, I mean, like, I'm just gonna have to go back to the drawing board, which I just did. Go back to the drawing board. So much back and forth. I'm gonna just wait until after 10 now. Ugh. NASDAQ. Why you gotta be like this? Whatever. I'm happy I put the fill limit there. Not much I could do there. Back to the drawing board. What are we gonna do today? Don't know. We have that SMT at the high still. ES did start dropping here. NASDAQ, ES didn't make a new high of the day, but NASDAQ decided to take out this little local high. Yes, main equal low there. Hmm. Is this guy done talking? Let's see. Yeah.
Thanks for President Trump's leadership.
Okay, he's done talking. Go back to the drawing board, like I said. Back at the 15-minute, I'm like, all right, well, this inversion clearly didn't hold, right? And honestly, yeah, I would take that short again. We were starting to break down again on ES. Now I have to see what we're gonna do. We're above previous daily high for ES, not for a NASDAQ yet. But it really does feel like that just faked a lot of people out and could continue higher. Here. Okay. There's a wild hourly candle for the NASDAQ. Look at that wick. We're back at where we started. Hmm. Just took out those previous hourly high and pre-market high for NASDAQ. Mm-mm. Like it's just gonna like go for that previous daily high soon. Then I'm gonna just wait and see what ends up happening. If there's gonna be any reaction there, pre-market high. I mean previous daily high. Yeah, this inversion don't matter no more. Delete that. You reversed made a new breaker and OB on the left chart of your screen, right? Yeah. For ES? Mm-hmm. Even here too. This is now a bullish breaker. A lot of back and forth, you know. This took out this high, then made a bearish breaker, and that's where I looked to short. And it's too bad, you know. How much I could have done there. I put in my limit fill and it just kept going past it. And I did wait for things to be balanced. Like it dropped below pre-market low, like 1, 2, 3 times, and then it closed below it. So I did think that that was gonna have that continuation. I thought it was gonna be high resistance move lower, but oh well. We gotta play with these ranges even more so than I thought. Okay. Really close to previous daily high now. Previous day high. All right, some other person's talking now too. The Fed's Miran. Yeah, he was supposed to speak at 10:30 p.m. today. Look, this is what's so annoying. Oh, now, oh wow, I mean 12:30. Oh, now they added in at 9:30. What the heck? I swear I just refreshed it, and before I refreshed, it wasn't there. Yeah. Either way, he's not on time. Yeah. 8 minutes ago, he said there's now more downside risk than a week ago. Miran said 2 more cuts this year sounds realistic. All right. 2 more cuts before January. Previous daily high taken out by the NASDAQ. this point, it seems like we're just gonna, like, ES is just gonna squeeze all the way back up to freaking the Friday's high there. Not crazy. Gotta stay calm. All right. There is an extension level that matches up with that, so that is crazy. But it's possible. And for NASDAQ, it lines up, which is kind of crazy too, with an extension level. Well, he just said that, like, there's going to be 2 more likely cuts this year. It just seems like we're just going to moon. Seriously. And we are mooning since then. Damn. He said that 31, like, literally 2 minutes ago. It literally is just gonna, oh my god. It's just gonna continue flying, isn't it? I can't chase. ES is up 1.6%, NASDAQ up 1.34. Daily candle on ES is at 77 points. $100-point range is typical. Keep in mind that someone in the Fed said just now 2 more cuts this year is likely, yeah, and we're just mooning. 487 for NASDAQ is the average range. We moved 390 points so far. Yeah. All I can do here is just wait for more retracements to happen, or some sort of setup. If it doesn't happen, then I can't get mad. But, like, I can't chase it and then you know, then I'll always regret it. Even if if it works out, then it's not the right way to do it. So I gotta just wait for some sort of retracement. I mean, we'll see if we retrace to previous daily high or pre-market high on the NASDAQ. Just whole leg up, measure out. And the NASDAQ gave a 15-minute breaker from there to there, so near that pre-market high, pretty much. What a morning. I did say buckle your seatbelt, so I thought it was going to be on the way down. I think, this extra move here definitely trapped me, because why would, it didn't do that, and ES was stronger, then I wouldn't have entered that short. All good. The Treasury Secretary had to keep running his mouth, and then who was it talking? FOMC member Miran. Can't wait until after the 18th, and then the Fed can't talk for the rest of the month. Yeah, so what did we do? We proved the bearish bias was definitely blown past the water. Like, all these people that were, I got stopped out here, and then there's definitely people that had stops there, got all blown out. There's a bunch of bullish FEGs on the way up now, so I don't know which one is gonna hold price. Can't really just be buying here an extreme premium. Stop doesn't allow for anything good. So just have to either wait for a retracement, then I'd want to see what we do from there. Yeah, another like local low. So we've just been straight up. You're welcome to everyone that was long bias. You're welcome for the liquidity. Okay. 43% of the chat was bullish today, but we did drop. It was a very interesting start of the morning. Yeah, little fake out there, pushed back up, then we had a breaker. We didn't retrace really to that breaker yet on ES or NASDAQ. Who knows if we will, but it is in like a discount now, so that's somewhat promising. Anything else is new? Let's see. Trump's threat on China cooking oil ineffective, says the Global Times. Okay. I mean, yeah, that dropped yesterday. Obviously, it's ineffective. That dropped yesterday during the afternoon was because of those remarks, and overnight we took those back. We're back at 25,000 again. How much was that drop yesterday afternoon? Who was around when that happened? I saw that after the fact. I was like, huh? 241 point drop in 20 minutes. If it continues super bullish, I mean, it doesn't matter. That's a good sign. If it doesn't retrace, that's also a good sign. It's just a matter of finding a low to which, a swing low to which I would feel comfortable putting my stop at, you know? And for the people asking me probably like, where am I getting these headlines from? I literally just go on Delta One on Twitter here, put it in the chat. That's what I do. Puts the Bloomberg terminal. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea. It's definitely wild so far. Someone said wait for the real move. That's interesting. That's very vague advice. Very vague advice. Wait for the real move. The biggest banks beat earning estimates, but their stocks still fell as investors see possible trouble ahead. Wells Fargo was an exception, soaring as investors bet on its future without a regular imposed asset cap. Cool. Now we just made a humongous 15-minute FEG. Hold this. There's still one more. There's still 8 minutes left in this. So we're consolidating again. Big move, consolidation. Well, we have another big move. It would be nice to at least retrace the previous daily high, to be honest. Or pre-market high. Okay. Still consolidating. Barely retraced at all. You have a tiny S&T on the 1 minute. I mean, if it decides to just power up again, that could be just what it is. Decides to moon again. It has been consolidating quite high. Nasdaq now near the high of day. See what they do here. So far, there's not a displacement here yet. So it could just continue consolidating. Yeah, there's no bullish. Or it didn't take out new high of day yet. Damn, son. Where's Walmart? Walmart had a announcement of ChatGPT partnership yesterday. What's it up today? 1.7%. Yesterday was up 5%. Soon customers will be able to link their Walmart or Sam's Club accounts to ChatGPT for basically ask it for like, oh, I need help buying whatever, and then it will link you to Walmart and you could buy it directly from Walmart from ChatGPT. Your Nasdaq's taking out new high of day. No, it doesn't seem like it has a lot of juice left right now, so can't be. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to wait for another retracement to happen. And we have this 15 minutes gonna close now. We have this huge 15-minute FEG. How big is it? Okay, 50 points. Honestly, not that big. Two of them. To be honest, you almost want to long ES better than NASDAQ because ES didn't take out that pre-market low, made an equal low, retraced more deeply into here than NASDAQ did. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Keep my eyes open mind. Open mind, open heart. What do you guys think? Instead of 10 a.m. consolidation, 11 a.m. expansion? Yeah, possibly. Definitely had we had a manipulation down, then expansion up. Question is, are we going to have continuing expansion up? Or imagine if all this just gets taken out to the downside. I mean, this is the kind of market we are in. Stuff changes. Anyone can just make any sort of comment or whatever. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know why that's every 5 minutes. Yeah, take that off. Hey, Tanya, the big displacement candles, always treat them as reversal candles. For me, it's a way of the market to say it wants to continue lower or higher. Okay. Still grizzly? What does that mean? Krishna Verna, can we do healthy flirting? No. What the hell does that mean? You're banned. Do I know the seagull pattern? No, what's the seagull pattern? He was spamming that message. Castillo, you should have banned him. What happened? Uh-oh. 15-minute FEG looks good for longs. There's 2 big ones now. There's 2 of them. So we didn't retrace during this one. There's literally this one down here, and we have this. And it doesn't even seem like we are. We're consolidating near the top end of this consolidation range. We're holding on NASDAQ. ES isn't there yet right now. Really kind of an odd day. What's happening? You know, made 2 new local hive days for NASDAQ. ES not there yet. That's a little odd because ES started the day out stronger. Tough. Alright, my friend Matt also tried to short to London and Asia/Asia. Yeah. Honestly, I would try that short again. There's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. The hard part is, yeah, I said back to the drawing board here, right? Like I got stopped down and it's like, oh, well, no, we're just not gonna, shoot up because the, whatever, who said that? Marin, Fed FOMC member Marin was like, we're gonna have probably 2 more cuts before the end of the year. That's literally what he said at, what time was that? Because I want to see on the chart what time he said that. It's definitely like this. 10:04 a.m. Yeah. So he said that right here, and then we had that boom, that 70-point push. So now we've been consolidating since then. And let's see. Well, Miran said he do not care that gold is at a record. All right, cool. Might argue that there's a geopolitical risk premium in the price of gold, but don't see economic consequences to that. Okay, whatever. India Central Bank Chief. We want to promote CBDC and not crypto or stable coins in India. All right. Nothing else has been new. The government is now sitting on a pile of a lot of Bitcoin. The government sees about 15 billion worth of Bitcoin from wallets registered to a business owner it claims was running a massive pig butchering fraud ring. The Department of Justice called it the largest forfeiture operation in history. Hmm. The Department of Justice is accusing Chen Zhi, the founder and head of the Cambodia-based multinational conglomerate Prince Holding Group, of actually heading up an international criminal operation that has caused billions of dollars in losses and untold misery to victims around the world. The Treasury Department also designated Prince as a criminal organization that U.S. companies cannot do business with. In an indictment filed in New York, prosecutors allege that the company trafficked people into forced labor and made them engage in scams where the victims handed over the crypto they were falsely promised would be invested. Wow. Although the DOJ has the Bitcoin, Chen remains at large. Okay. That's insane. They seized $15 billion worth of Bitcoin from like a criminal organization. Damn, son. So these people scammed $15 billion of Bitcoin out of people. It's just insane. If anyone watched that movie Beekeeper, sounds similar. It's not a good movie though. The official corporate arm of the Dogecoin Foundation is going public through a merger with Braghouse Holdings, and they partnered with 21 shares in Robinhood to accelerate the future of Dogecoin for global investors, tokenization, and payments. So, Dogecoin is coming to the NASDAQ, apparently, to Wall Street. Well, YM has been retracing back into a 15-minute FEG. ES is now in its the most shallowest one. This is the last 15-minute low. Anyway, there's no more SMT there, right? Because ES took this out. So, very strange market action today. Seems like, had its push and now it's Asia session. It's been consolidating for like 20, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Will ES get back into his 5-minute breaker? Or, yeah, this is a 5-minute. It's more like the 2-minute here. Supreme Court won't consider Alex Jones's appeal of the $1.4 billion he was ordered to pay to the families of the victims of the 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Oracle's cloud unit will use 50,000 AMD chips in the latest AI deal. GM, General Motors, said when it releases quarterly earnings next week, there'll be a $1.6 billion hit from scaling back at electric vehicle plans. Major news outlets, including CNN and Fox News, refused to sign on to the Pentagon's new restrictions on reporting. Madagascar's president fled the country after being ousted in a coup following weeks of protests by the country's young people. Netflix may be showing podcasts soon. All right, and that's all that I see. Bruh, we've just been barcoding there. Feels like there's no more juice. Someone press the off button or something. Hold the switch to turn the market back on, please. TJR lost 157K. Slay. I wanted to go short. Which one would I do based on SMT, ES, or NQ? This is like where the market's kind of tough. Yeah, I mean, you would want to short the weaker one, which would be ES here. I did make this new highs locally recently, and it's run out of juice faster than NASDAQ. So, but it started off the day stronger, so this is where it's like annoying as hell to trade this. See the previous hourly highs here. But I'm not really looking to, like, because look at this hourly on the NASDAQ. Like, what the hell is this, bro? It's hard to short this. This crazy wick closed near its open, and then this next candle just went to the moon. Right? Look at the 4 hour. See this? 4 hour open is here. Yeah, just at 10 a.m. we basically just started blasting. Barely any wick down. Where's 10 a.m. candle? Here. Yeah, that's when, yeah, that Fed speaker was talking. It's so weird because, like, you know, we're not displacing lower to look for reversals, but we're also not, yeah, we're having some SMTs at the lows, but then you're not having any energetic pushes up, right? I was looking here at the new high of day to see if there would be anything. No, you have a tiny FEG there. I didn't like that. I'm not going to get involved for that with this kind of stop. No. So there was no reason for me to go long at here all the way at the high of the session yet. So neither side is really doing anything right now. See, on the 1 minute, there's no FEGs, even on ES. There's a tiny 1 minute here. See, on the 2 minute. Yeah, nothing really. We need to Trump. We need so Stan T Man says we need Trump to tweet that he hates Chinese food to get some movement here. Yeah, come on, bro. Say something. Be like, Donald Trump needs to say he's like waging war against General So chicken. Yeah, someone says wait till to see what it does in the 15-minute FEG. In your opinion, it's a difficult spot. Yeah, and the thing is the difficult spot too within this because it's a pretty large area. Like it could kind of just come down and slowly consolidate here, fake people out both sides. It's tough. ES has retraced into it, but it's definitely in a deep premium still. But even so, right? Like, if I was thinking, it took out this low and Nasdaq didn't. It's not like we had any strong displacements to the upside yet. To think, okay, I'll go long versus that low. There's nothing that gives me the confidence for that, right? Oh, looking at the 4-hour makes me think like, oh, this is going to be a strong 4-hour candle, which makes me still looking for potential longs, but damn, it's just been consolidating for the past 40 minutes, dude. It's tough. It's gonna be a shitty consolidation forever. Forever and ever. Dude, I can't wait until after, like, next week. Then the feds can't open their mouth anymore. After Friday. For the rest of the month. FOMC members, it's a blackout period. Yeah. ES is actually, like, continuously making these new local lows again. Definitely confusing. It's not displacing cleanly to make me want to go short, you know? So, like, generally, I've tried shorts earlier. I want a London low. It looks pretty good. Low in an imbalance. Nasdaq's still in the range. What do you guys think? The hourly candle looks nasty. I know, bro. Sucks. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. What are you gonna do, mate? Nothing. Not too much here. The hourly on ES looks nasty, definitely, too, yeah. Right? Looking both sides now. Yeah, let's chat again now. What's your bias for the rest of the day? Neutral / sideways. The thing is, like, at least, you know, knowing the news of what just happened and that push up was literally because someone from the Fed was talking about that we'll have 2 more cuts this year. It helps me just know, like, okay, well, we just had a big move because of that, and it makes me less kind of, that's why I wanted a retracement. It makes me more patient and anticipate a potential consolidation. It just feels like the market's indecisive right now, right? Maybe at 11. Yeah, it's the 1050 macro now. Isn't that crazy how fast? I mean, it's already 1050. Still never came into the 15-minute fair value gap for ES. Isn't that is wild? How many times did the ES make a new tiny local low already? And Nasdaq never got into it once, twice, 3 times. What are we doing, mate? What is chat saying? Vote bullish, bearish, or neutral / sideways for the rest of the session. Oh, well. Remember when I was talking about, I was like, I can't chase, even though I think, like, we might just keep rocking up. That was literally here, so I'm so glad I was able to just stay calm here and be like, I gotta wait for retracement, and look, we did nothing. If people chasing here, they've just been up and down, or underwater mostly. Lowest retracement ever, and Nasdaq's still not even at the 15-minute. I marked out literally the top of the 15-minute FEG. FOMO is the enemy. Yeah, word. You have to just think of longevity. Like, okay, someone asked me earlier, like, oh, you got a $4,000 loss. Were you able to sleep at night? Yeah, I was, because I know that your career and your reputation doesn't come from a few quick wins. And using that same logic, it doesn't come from just a few losses either. It's from a long time of it's from a lot of data, right? Because anyone could say if you got a few quick wins, you just got lucky. Same thing for a couple losses, just like, oh, you got unlucky or the market wasn't your friend that day. Whatever. Look, you have to think of the bigger picture, because in those moments you can really get stuck on, I need to make this back right now. Like right now. I can't leave this desk until I make it back. And that's where you end up putting yourself into a snowball of losses. All right, let's see what you guys voted in the chat for the rest of it. 48% said bullish, 28% said bearish, and 24% said neutral / sideways. Pretty similar to what it was this morning, actually. I'm planning on doing an interview with Jared. Oh man, that would be probably good. That's a good point. I don't know if I'll have time. I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it in New York City. Here we are. It's 11. So 10 a.m. really did just pushed up, then consolidated. Nasdaq never got back into its 15-minute FEG. ES did drop a little bit. Still never got into like discount of this or the break or anything. See what ends up happening here. Yes. Here it would be. Where's the last swing high? Yeah. An equal high there. You have just the tiniest 1 minute FEG here. This isn't really, nah, bro. It would have been better if this candle closed better. I don't know. This is not looking that great. We'll see if maybe ES does end up having more gas, but this rate doesn't really look like it. See? Doesn't really made an equal high there. Couldn't have sustained upside really. No 11 a.m. No 11 a.m. Bullish move so far. We just started that candle though. Yeah. There's nothing that I want to get part of for the longs, honestly. It's very messy. Maybe now. See how ES reacts here. Really, it's still dicey. Right, like made this new low twice. Would have been much better if this was just a sweep here and then a reversal. But still, it just did nothing. I only see 11 a.m. doing too much either. I don't know. I'll wait for more data for a little bit. Needs to be more convincing than that. ES isn't doing shit. Nasdaq's barely doing shit either. Just wicked this. Had the tiniest of FEGs. It's like not convincing at all. In fact, this didn't take this out. That's another SMT. Like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. See the hourly now, right? See the hourly. No. Not. Yeah, ES just made another swing low there. That's the thing. There's no clean shorts here either. So what we do here? Consolidate for the rest of the week here. Imagine. What are we gonna do? Well, it's just insane. NQ still not even taking this out. One, two, like three, four times. Nasdaq not once here. Here, ES did not take out this high, made an equal high. Nasdaq did. Nasdaq took out new high, did twice here. Now let's see what it does here. Is it still going to consolidate, or is it going to treat this as a bearish FEG that holds it? I don't know. If this disrupts this, I mean, like I said, I've been waiting for here, and honestly, I've been waiting for longs, and there's been nothing. So let's tape read what happens here. Is it going to be a huge retracement lower? I don't know. There's certainly not. There's been one displacement now since here. See if there's any continuations. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's 11:07 right now. Doesn't seem like there's any juice anywhere. This is in the middle of this whole range. That's why I'm not taking a short here. Nasdaq's so way too strong. Yeah, completely just disregarded it because, yeah, it's still consolidating. I marked that out to see if it would start to maybe move lower, have some algorithmic, like movement there, but no. No. Just decided to barcode for literally an hour. So hope everyone stayed safe here. I tried one short here, or way earlier in the day, and I got stopped out at this high, and then I just blasted off in the next without me, and then we just consolidated for an hour. Yes, yeah, but it has a 15-minute down here. Still hasn't even retraced too. Has all these breakers down here. That's what it shows, is like you could want to just have the retracement. And it's even hard to just if I'm bullish, I don't really want to short down to get the retracement to long again. It's just very difficult. You can see like how we've been going lower. It's not a clean way, it's just grinding lower. Which is not a bad thing for the long idea. I think we just it needs to consolidate more or something. We have an hourly bullish FEG now. We have this wick to work with too. All this is in discount. We're not really near those levels right now, are we? Trading's a lot of patience. So anyway, it's 11:10. We deadass stayed in a 42 point, basically 45 point range for the past hour and a half. So shout out to everyone that's still here and endured this with me. That's how small the range has been on the Nasdaq. And I hope everyone's staying safe today. Don't be a degenerate. This is probably it's very difficult to deal with, right? When you could easily decide to be like, I want to scalp this small range, and then you get like chopped up so much in this range, right? No, wait for like the simple setups, and that's it. Today's not an easy day. I mean, they just started yapping here, and just pushed us up, and then we consolidated so much. So you just control what you can control. You could have a good attitude. I took a loss, and I was looking to then join the longs, and then freaking longs just decided to just consolidate, never retrace. I was hoping like a retracement, then a back, swing low to go back long again. Not happening. Now NASDAQ has dropped into its 15-minute. I'm just going to basically give it time here, and I'll reassess in the afternoon, whatever it wants to do. Because right now there's not really a reason for me to, like I said, get involved here. What else do we have today? We have a bunch of speakers in the afternoon, so be careful. Mirren is speaking again at 12:30, 1 p.m. Fed member Waller speaking. The Beige Book at 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. FOMC member Schmidt speaks. And, there are yellow folders over here on the Forex factory.com where I look at it. But you have to be aware of it, because they could just say something that'll affect the market, just like anticipated rate cuts, etc. Algos are always looking at those types of headlines, keywords, tariffs, rates, etc. to move the market. So being aware of what's happening is helpful. But yeah, stay in control what you can control. Seems like it's just slowly grinding lower. Nasdaq finally had like some interesting displacement back down into this 15-minute. But I don't really anticipate anything crazy to happen unless it now, decides to shoot back all the way back up here and ES decides to get some juice, which I doubt it. Other than that, just gotta stay in control. And I'd rather, honestly, even if it does that, I'd still rather just kind of assess the afternoon, because there'd be still price action to work with from intraday. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be on a flight going to Naples, so I won't be streaming, and also Friday. I'll be back in New York, though, Saturday, so I'll be back on the Ninja Trader live stream on Monday, actually. It's the first qualifier of the Arena Cup. I'll be on their stream with, like, Jade Cap, with Lumi, with Stowe, and with another woman called Salma, and we'll be trading there and competing. You guys could watch us live there on the Ninja Trader YouTube. Also, there's still entries available. There's going to be 3 qualifiers. So qualifier 1's already full. But I think check the link in the description if you're interested in that Arena Cup, because there's $400K in prizes. That's going to be given out to the winners. And the first place prize on the championship wins $100K. And even on, like, for example, Monday, the person that gets first place is going to win $8K. And there's $50K in prizes just on, like, those qualifier rounds. So, and then $250K for the championship. So yeah, they're taking 10,000 people per qualifier. The top 10%, the top 1,000 people are going to then go to the championship and compete for the grand prize of $100K in cash and $250K in cash prizes total to everybody that places near the top there on that day. So it's going to be cool. I don't think I've, like, really traded too much live with other people. Don't do that often. But it'll be fun. But us, the creators and we're going to be trading for, like, charity. So we won't be taking, like, anyone else's cash prizes. But yeah, that's what's going on Monday. Until then, control what you can control, which is your risk and your attitude. And I'll see you then. It'll be fun. Let me also answer, yesterday, I got a question from somebody who asked me about patience. Hopefully he's here in the chat. today. Is he here? Tracks. Trax asked me a question here. He asked me... Hopefully Trax is in the chat, but if not, I'll tag him. He said, I'm new to the channel. I like the way you trade. How do you build patience? And do you have a book? No, I don't have a book. But my favorite book on trading psychology is called The Mental Game of Trading by Jerry Tendler. He definitely just walks through every single potential issue that traders could have. Emotionally, overconfidence, underconfidence, greed, fear, everything, right? Because, if you think about FOMO, fear of missing out, that could be a lot of things. So it could be, that could be underconfidence, overconfidence, anger. That's not specific, right? So I like that book because it literally goes through what you potentially are thinking about, the deeper rooted issues. Like, that's why you're behaving the way that you're behaving, right? Not everyone has the same issues. That's for real. Some people are more anxious than others, and some people are actually more trigger happy than others, like more want to take more trades, right? There's some people that don't want to press a trigger and some people that do. For patience, right? So number one, you need to know your strategy well enough and back test it to see that it gets the entries that you want. Because if you're impatient, then you're not confident in your strategy that you'll get an entry, right? That's why you end up chasing. It's not so much FOMO, it's thinking you're not going to get an entry, or maybe it's even overconfidence that you're invincible, So that there's a few different things that could be going on there. Another, it's important, it's helpful if you just mark out your charts more cleaner and you literally draw lines and you literally write only short if it gets below here or something. Yesterday, right? I actually had, what was it? I had the lines here in this inversion potential. And I said, okay, I only want to short if we get below here. And we literally just didn't get there. And then that way it's very clear what I'm looking for, right? It's easy to get caught up in the price action. And then you just change your plans on a whim. So if you write out your plan also beforehand, have a notebook. In the morning, you write down what your thoughts are, your plan, whatever. Short NQ if divergence at London high, divergence at previous day high, and then market structure shift, something simple, right? Or long ES if retracement to hourly fair value gap or new week opening gap, whatever it is, then market structure shift, whatever. Write it down, what you're looking for. So then in the morning, especially at 9:30, market moves very fast, right? And it's very easy to get caught up in that short-term potential manipulation, etc., and forget what you're looking for. And let's say at that point, at 9:45, market didn't give you what you're looking for. Then, that's where I sort of will go back to the drawing board and rethink what I'm looking at. If there's anything new, any new information, any new structure that's been created by then. So you have to be very clear on what you're looking for. And, sometimes I'll even draw lines, thinking okay, I want this to happen and then that, right? If you're clear on that, helps you just stay still. You literally have to, okay, and then one more tip. I'm literally dropping some gems here. I hope someone is listening. Another tip is, if you're starting to feel impatient, you need to have some disruptions. Okay? So you have to, first off, you have to recognize that you're feeling impatient. So you should have little notes that you have to collect data on yourself. What happens when you start getting a little bit impatient? What are you thinking? Are you just thinking, oh my God? Okay, that's number one. Number two, you sigh. Number three, you grip your mouse more, whatever. If you start to collect that data, and it's important to do that, especially if you had a harder day, because then you have the your impatience at a level 10, let's say. You start yelling at the screen. Key is and you start like just YOLOing and taking trades without any plan, taking random trades. Key is to stop yourself before you get there. You have to know what your worst possible thing is, point of no return. You have to stop yourself even before you get to like number 5. Okay? Then you have to have disruptions for each stage. Okay? So let's say the one where you're like, take a deep, you sigh, and you're like, oh, so annoying. The disruption could be you take a deep breath. A lot of times my disruption is like hands off the mouse. So I can have to like literally let it form more data, and it helps me recalibrate, come back to the present moment and see the overall picture as well, rather than just like the last 5 minutes of chart data. Okay. Here's some other disruptions you could have. You can stand up at your desk. You can like pace a little bit back and forth. And then as you go down the list, if you're getting way too impatient, maybe you literally need to take a 5-minute break. Get out of your trading room, wherever it is, and just pace back and forth, whatever, breath of fresh air outside, whatever it is. And for each of those disruptions, I think you should have a little quote, a logic statement. This is all taught in the Jared Tendler book. I'm pretty sure mostly is. You have statements on your desk. I literally have these statements on my desk. Okay. So, like, literally, like, refocus, you got this. Like, at, like, level 10, you could, like, I have other ones that says, I would rather have a green month than a green day. And this is all very personal, though, to you. You have to do something that works for you. I need to follow my trade management process, even if I feel uneasy. Like these are all these other logic statements I have, and most of these are for my confidence. I don't really have the impatience one because I think I'm more better on that one. I don't really need much work. But let's say you're feeling uncomfortable before you're taking the trade, and you are like really not confident, and you're feeling really uncomfortable, and you're thinking about the potential loss before you take the trade. And then, the issue that people end up happening with their actions there is that they end up not even taking the trade, and then they miss a potential trade. It goes without them. That's an issue, right? So you just take a deep breaths. And what I write also is like, I need to take the trade to see out the probabilities. It's a business expense either way. So those like statements are supposed to help you, come back to the optimum level of patience or confidence. So you have to stop yourself from spiraling. Last Thursday I spiraled a bit when I chased once, and then I tried again, and then I disruption was like I had to literally, I cut the trade right immediately. And then I was like, all right, I took a deep breath. I was like, I need to wait for some more data. And then I tried one more time, and the trade started reversing. I cut it before it went to full stop loss. And I reviewed that in my last video. So the point is like, you continue to even for that, you map out your emotions and you collect data on yourself. So the next time, hopefully, I could stop myself from taking that trade before I do it. So then I'll catch myself even earlier. So, anyway, you gotta have those 3 things, okay? Write it down. Make a little chart in your notebook. Left column, right. Emotional/technical changes. So, and then number 1 through 10. And then obviously level 10's the most. And then, label the emotion at the top, whether it's, what your number 1 issue is. It's anger, fear, whatever it is. And middle column, right? Method of disruption. What are you going to do when you get to that emotion to stop for a second, to literally snap your brain out of it in that moment? And then number 3 in the column, right? Logic statement. And that's just like 1 sentence that will help you recalibrate and reframe your mind. Because the reason why you're acting like that is because you have some false belief. You have the false belief that you need to make money right now to be successful. If you're impatient, that's probably what the issue is. Right? So again, the logic statement could be reputations are not made in one day. Careers are not made in one day. Or even at a few trades at a time. Careers are made from months of data. Because think about this, you guys. If you made a ton of money in one day, what's the likelihood that you're actually going to keep it? How many times people just make a ton of money in one day that they're not used to because honestly they probably didn't follow their rules. It was probably an uncontrolled win. They probably over leveraged, etc. If they made way more than typical, right? If they didn't plan it right, they're typically gonna lose it the next few days, right? So how could you be confident that you'll be able to hold it? It's easy to make money in trading. It's harder to keep it. So, and that goes to the point is that people that have won the lottery, something like 80% of people that have won the lottery within like 3 years, they're back to where they started. They lost all the money that they had won in the lottery. Why? Because they're not used to having that much money. They couldn't manage it correctly. They blew it all. So you want to get to that point in your career where you're doing everything from a point of stability. You're controlled in the wins and the losses. Drops mic. Yeah, that's the end of that little speech. So that's like a few logic statements you can put in there, right? It's like, we're not trying to get lucky. We're not trying to win the lottery. We're trying to be professional traders. And careers are not made in a day. Or, I'd rather have a green month than a green day. Seriously, because like one bad day in the market can take out your whole month's of profits if you get it out of control. Totally possible. Or a week or whatever, a year. And that's that's why trading's so hard. It's easy to make money. It's harder to keep it. So you're like defined not by like your wins You're defined by how well you could handle your drawdowns and your losses and how you come back from them. So yeah, that's the point. Control what you can control. Make sure your losses are controlled. Your wins should be controlled too, meaning they're planned. They should be planned, not just a random target and hold and like hope that it continues running all the way up there. Like everything should be planned and no surprise and no like crazy euphoria. So anyway, I hope that Trax is in the chat. If not, then like, we're gonna tag him and tell him to watch the end of the stream. Let's see, anything else? Oh, here's Trax is here. Cool. I get FOMO from being restless and I feel like I have to do something. Yeah, so you have too much energy. If you're restless, right, then you're kind of antsy and you feel you need to press the button. So you're like on the energy or too much. So you need to bring yourself back to the middle of the curve. It's like that. That's the curve. It's called the Dan Kruger? No, that's something else. What's this one? What is this graph called? But anyway, it's I could write it out. This is where's performance? Let me type it out. Performance. And this is arousal / stress energy. See what this is called. It's called the Yerkes-Dodson law. Okay, let me draw it better. Oops. Actually, just pull it up here. All right, so yeah, performance, arousal. It's literally can be same thing as stress, energy, etc. So like just in the morning, you're like groggy, etc. Let's say you're groggy at the charts. You're slow, then you're missing trades. You have too much energy. You're literally pressing the button way too much. So you get yourself back here. So either in the mornings, you need to like actually work out, get your energy out. That will help you. Make sure you also have enough sleep so that you're not restless because of that. They were dropping. Isn't that funny? I think ES almost took out the entire... ES is almost back at that low. Anyway. Yeah, so you need to bring yourself back here. Less energy, like literally you're too much. So you need to think in that moment, how about that? You literally have to start pacing back and forth. You know what? You need to have a fidget toy at your desk. Have a fidget toy at your desk. That could be a level of disruption, or just start scribbling. Scribble. That's good. It's helpful. And then you need to have your logic statement, whatever works for you. I can't just tell you what works for you, but you have to bring yourself back to baseline. So it could be, I want to be a sniper, not a machine gun. I want to be choosy. I think I have one myself. It's like, be a selective genius. Be selective, right? You don't want to just like throw trades and see what sticks. Anything else? I'm glad you're in the chat. Let's see did he say anything else? Yeah, like Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler. So first off, you need to actually see, like, also map that out. When do you start getting more restless? So then you could catch it earlier. So then like scribbling will help you. That's the point, is like if you keep then you're not letting it get too high. Oh no, Track said today's a perfect example of that. I lost 8K just now. What happened? Did you keep trying to long in the consolidation up there? That's tough, buddy. How many trades did you take? Yes, just took out the low. What comes up? Oh my god. This is a shit coin market, seriously. This is a meme coin market. No, at least here, you know, there was no bullish FEG to make you want to go long again here. We start dropping here. 11, 12, 11, 11. What happened here? Something happened. Just like, what, we just dropped, consolidated for an hour, and then when we drop 115 points in literally a few minutes. Let's see. This 20, yeah. Trump taps $6.5 billion for troops pay this week. That was at 11:13. We're in a shitcoin market. It can't have any trend days. Let me see here. Yesterday, though, I think I probably didn't take a long. We went below Monday's low. Both of them. That's the thing, though. I don't really see where I could have gotten the entry in this push-up yesterday. Nah. Nah. I'm so tired of this, like... Honestly, I'm getting tired of this. I honestly thought that Friday we'd have some continuation, but literally it's just a flip-flop market, right? After Friday, yeah, we took out 3 weeks of data. Sure, we could consolidate, but after taking out what previous a Monday's high, I was expecting us to have some more movement lower, or even here, this drop during Asia, right? When we started off Tuesday like that, drop during Asia. No, we're just they keep taking things back. So there's no continuity in policies or anything that they're saying. It's just randomness all the time. Makes it hard to trade this. What does that even mean? Taps $6.5 billion for troop pay this week, meaning like he tapped into the budget. It's good that they got paid. The White House says it'll shift up to $8 billion in Pentagon R&D funds. Okay. To cover troop pay during the shutdown, a legally untested move under transfer authority that Democrats call likely illegal, even as most aren't moving to block it. Good. They should get paid. They should decide to come to a conclusion here already and pay people. Brother, this is crazy. It's probably the 4 hours probably so ugly. Okay. Dude, I can't think of any idea here. Again, we had news that completely reversed the other news. No, I mean right now, yeah. Great trading. All right. This is a daily on ES. It's like I'm deleting all my drawings now. Daily on ES. I'm gonna just see how we close today. Now, what are we doing here? Are we gonna completely... If we wick this, I mean, then I'd have to come in short buys tomorrow. If we close below the daily. We just been wicking it a couple times, even though it's just been crazy and nasty. Like, yeah. Probably just gonna come back down again into this range. And then I would probably go for this. Could be, if we were ranging, we're just going like inside and outside. We're probably gonna hit this sell side eventually. Where's the London low that I marked out earlier that I wanted? This. Where's the ES London low? Here. Oh. All right. This is daily. Fair value. Like literally, it's just whatever. I mean, I guess see now, like the ES made a 15-minute break in structure. See if this is a breaker that holds, if it retraces to it. And then goes to London low. We just keep having runaways. Look like runaway to London low. Watch a runaway to London low before it retraces up to here. See, this is the breaker. This is the fib from here to here. Da da da. We're not really respecting breakers, are we? Because if we're to respect this one on the 1 minute from this morning, right? I actually tried to short there on the NASDAQ equivalent. Then we just rally. Didn't come respect this bullish one on the way down here. Drop. So, I think I'm just gonna let it do whatever. It's way too late to get into anything. Happy that I didn't really chase any longs there. Market's mad annoying. Just like someone just opens their mouth at any moment. Trump doesn't like Chinese cooking oil. He dropped like 200 points yesterday. Maven says we'll have 2 more cuts this year. Market just pumps how much? 95 points or so. And then what was this? Yeah, they're digging into other funds for troops, which honestly it's not. That's not really anything that I care that much about. What's up? Thank you, G. Thank you, G, for the donation. I thought you have a question. Do you have a question or something? Type it in the chat. He just says, I love Castillo. Yeah, Castillo's been here. I've hired him almost 2 years ago now. Castillo, I've been a good boss. You can see ES8 Taco Bell crash it. I feel like we were all about to walk away and take a break, and then boom, a little floodgate opens. I know, bro. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is going on here? The way that 4 hour was looking, I mean, think about it. It had opened here, and it was just mooning at 10 a.m. And now it's all the way down here. All right, let me pay attention at least. Maybe I will find something. I don't know. It just freaking ripped. That was created right before, and then it just ripped. Okay, and then we came back below it. That's kind of where the move down happened. I'll pay more attention to that in the future. For NASDAQ, it was when it finally retraced into its 15-minute fair value gap that it actually just started falling bearish structure and dropped. Here's new low of the day for NASDAQ. What the fuck, bro? No, that is not what I wanted to highlight. It's this. So, I mean, end of today. Probably have a good idea if we're going to go lower. But still, it could, if it closes here, we could also just retrace into this wick again. By the way, the way that we've been delivering, right? See the daily? Yes, completely, yeah. I'm just gonna wait until to see how the daily is gonna close here. ES took that London low. Just freaking, yeah, I don't know. This is mad frustrating. Just if you stayed safe today, you W. If you took one loss, that's a W. If you took controlled losses, it's a W. If you ended up just going on this short here because of that drop, congrats. If you made money, congrats. Honestly, today is like, what I mean, what's the trend for today? A pretty big drop at the open, and then we retraced here and dropped again. I mean, I honestly would try the shorts again. Like I said, they're equal lows here too, to fill the gap as well. And then what? We just popped up and all the way back down again. Nasdaq was like psych on the 15 inversion here now. Now you have, I mean, just gotta trade this range now, which is why now I have this SSL. Maybe if we have a strong close today below, if we wick this right on the daily and we close below here, and maybe tomorrow you'll have the retracement here and then down to here, you know, or maybe overnight it'll retrace to here and then tomorrow you'll get a clean short down there. That's probably ideal. I swear, you know what will drive me crazy if later I see, like, oh, this is an SMT at the London low, and now we're just gonna go all the way back up again, and if we take out, like, this high again, and we close within the daily FEG, I mean, that would be not ideal. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a walk, because honestly, this market's exhausting to look at. I hope I answered everyone's questions. Let's see. See, search and destroy kind of PA. I know, right? Someone said, why did you not short at the high? That's a great question. Why didn't you short at the high? Bro, you know how the 15-minute was looking like at this point? It was looking really strong. I wasn't paying enough I was answering other people's questions here. Okay. I was in shorts but options. Theta took me out my trade, no FOMO. Good job, SPY. Yeah, options is really tough in an environment like this. Why didn't you buy the bottom? Fuck, man. Oh my god. Fuck. Why didn't I buy the bottom? Why didn't I buy the bottom? Why didn't I short the top? Let me see. I'm trying to find one of my tweets in April. What was it? Trying to look for keywords. Historically. Damn. Tanya trades. What is this? April 4th, 2025? What'd she say here? April 4th. Personally buying a lot in long terms. We're off 20% off of all-time highs. This is a perfect buying area. This is a good buying area, not financial advice. Bad decision. COVID low still intact. Why? I just left. That I knew it was a better decision because of people arguing against me. So where's April 4th? Friday, April 4th. Not bad. That's how I knew that this was a good decision, because people were questioning me if it's a guessing game. What if this is the beginning of a recession? These are my friends agreeing. Cool. I know this person too. Is one of my community followers. Also seen them around. You're gonna get smoked. That was funny. About pretty much near the bottom. Didn't time it exactly. Can't time it exactly when you're going just like long term anyway. Just can't get fearful. All right. Good talk, everybody. Keep it cool. Keep it 100. Bro, like this market's tough. It's seeking destroy today with large ranges. Whatever. Don't lose your ass. This market, it literally just changes based on whoever's saying what during a speech or an interview. I mean, that was the Treasury Secretary during like some random interview that wasn't even in the this pump up here. That wasn't even in the Forex factory calendar. And then what is it? Just random ass comments, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go recharge. Just go for a walk. All right, see you guys. Love you.